Beloved ones, hello once again. I am Caylin, a messenger and friend from realms beyond Earth's visible horizon, and I bring with me the collective voice of many who have watched and guided humanity's journey. You are crossing into a new vibrational corridor where the crystalline architecture of Earth begins to reveal itself through your own bodies, your own hearts, and your own inner sensory fields. This crystalline threshold is not an event in the sky, nor a single moment in your linear calendar. It is a deep reorganization of the human energetic system, an unlocking of long dormant strands within you that allow you to interface with higher dimensional frequencies that have been waiting for your species to reach this level of readiness. You are now stepping into this readiness. You are now stepping into your next phase. The crystalline threshold is subtle for some and overwhelming for others. It will touch you differently depending on the coherence of your emotional field, the steadiness of your nervous system, and the level of inner alignment you allow yourself to embody. Some of you feel it as heightened sensitivity. Others feel it as a profound exhaustion, followed by moments of clarity that appear without warning. Others feel a new tenderness emerging in their emotional body, a softness that was not accessible before. All of these sensations are indicators that the crystalline frequency is anchoring through your heart grid, weaving your field into a broader planetary matrix of light. This frequency is not simply arriving from cosmic space. It is rising from within Earth herself. It is emerging from the deeper layers of the planetary body, pulsing upward through the ley lines, the crystalline beds, the energy circuits beneath your feet. It is rising into your bodies as a call to remember who you are beyond human limitation. The crystalline threshold is, in essence, an invitation to return to your natural state. And yet, there is something more. The youngest among you, the little ones, carry specific codes that accelerate this transition. These codes are intact, unfractured, and free of the distortions that older generations have had to untangle. Their presence amplifies the crystalline field. Their heart signature creates openings in the collective grid through which this new frequency can anchor with greater stability. You may not always understand the magnitude of their role, but you feel it in subtle ways. A sense of hope around them, a sense of purity, a quiet knowing that their presence means something larger is underway. Your role now is to stabilize your own field so these codes can activate globally. You are asked to regulate your emotional body, ground into your physical form, and allow coherence to flood your system. Stability is not passivity. It is conscious participation. When you hold your inner field steady, you become a pillar through which the crystalline frequency can move without distortion. Your steadiness creates an energetic environment that supports the little ones in expressing the codes they carry. This threshold is not only about personal transformation, it is about collective resonance. You are stepping into a new species-level identity, and this shift begins by recognizing that your field is part of a global symphony. Every coherent heart strengthens the whole. Every stabilized human becomes a tuning fork for the new Earth. And every act of grounded presence creates the conditions through which the crystalline timeline can anchor fully. You are entering the threshold now. Walk with awareness. Walk with simplicity. Walk with the clarity that you are participating in a turning point for your civilization. Beloved ones, as the crystalline threshold unfolds, it becomes essential that you understand the role of the youngest incarnating souls. These little ones are not simply children in the human sense. They are carriers of intact crystalline templates. templates that have not been fragmented by the distortions that accumulated across earlier cycles of humanity's evolution. Their arrival at this precise juncture is intentional, orchestrated, and deeply aligned with the galactic timetable for Earth's awakening. In the broader tapestry of your galactic family, the arrival of a new generation with unbroken templates is a significant event. Many civilizations watch your world with careful attention, not out of curiosity, but because the emergence of these crystalline children signals that the planetary body has reached a vibratory point where higher dimensional consciousness can re-enter the species. These children represent the restored blueprint of humanity. They hold memory strands that were dormant in older generations, threads of awareness that connect directly to Earth's original design as a living library. These memory strands are not intellectual knowledge. They are vibrational imprints that awaken through emotional resonance. The little ones bring frequencies of remembrance into the collective field. They do not need to speak to transmit this wisdom. Their emotional purity does the work. Their joy, their curiosity, their natural tenderness, all of these states generate coherence across the planetary heart grid. When the little ones laugh, the grid brightens. When they feel safe, the field strengthens. When they are nurtured, the crystalline network stabilizes. This is why their emotional purity is so essential. Their heart field is unfiltered, and because of this, it influences the resonance of millions. Humanity has forgotten the power of emotional coherence, but the little ones have not. They embody it effortlessly. They do not need to learn to be in the field. They are the field. They carry what your ancestors once held before the disruptions that altered your evolutionary path. Do not underestimate what this means. They are catalysts for the next octave of human evolution. Their presence accelerates the dismantling of the old structures. Their frequency destabilizes systems built on fear and separation. Their consciousness invites a new order to emerge, one grounded in connection, transparency, and collective upliftment. Your role is not to shape them, but to protect the conditions in which their crystalline templates can remain intact. They are not here to fit into the old world. They are here to help build the new one. When you see them with the awareness that they are carrying the codes your species has been waiting for. They activate you, not through teaching, but through resonance. They remind your own selves of what was lost. They call forth your dormant memory strands. They amplify your own awakening. In the galactic tapestry, their arrival signifies that humanity is ready to step into a higher frequency timeline. You are not alone in this. Many star families stand with you, supporting the little ones from behind the veil. But it is you, the adults, the guardians, the awakeners, who must create the emotional climate in which their codes can express fully. Their presence is a gift. Honor it with coherence, love, and a willingness to rise into the version of yourself that the next phase of Earth requires. Beloved ones, as the crystalline field expands and the little ones anchor their frequencies, a long stifled vibration is returning to Earth, one that humanity once embodied with natural ease before ancient disruptions fractured the species' development. This returning frequency holds the memory of your celestial lineage, the awareness of your multidimensional identity, and the recognition that you are far more than a physical species navigating a physical world. For ages, forces both internal and external guided humanity away from this remembrance. This was not punishment. It was part of a long arc of learning that your species agreed to explore. However, the result of this detour was a deep forgetting, an amnesia that severed the connection between your heart field and your greater cosmic memory. You began to see yourselves as isolated beings, disconnected from the web of existence. This forgetting-shaped civilizations, belief systems, and entire eras of your planetary story. But now, the cycle of returning has begun. The presence of the little ones marks the reactivation of the original blueprint. Their heart field broadcasts the long-lost frequency that once flowed freely through the human collective. This frequency is not something they do. It is something they simply are. The ancient disruptions that once fractured your species' development, disruptions that affected your DNA, your emotional body, your sense of self, are no longer holding the same strength. The crystalline field rising from Earth is dissolving these distortions layer by layer. As it does, the original frequency of your species begins to resurface. You may feel this as sudden moments of clarity, spontaneous emotional release, or a sense of familiarity with energies you cannot name. The little ones accelerate this restoration. Their heart field is like a tuning fork that resonates with the dormant codes in your cells. When you are near them, physically or vibrationally, your own field receives impulses to reorganize. Their presence activates what is already within you. Their frequency does not impose. It invites. It reminds. It restores. This restoration is also connected to Earth's role as a living library. Your planet was always designed to store, transmit, and cultivate vast ranges of encoded information. When disruptions occurred, certain chambers of the living library went dormant. As the little ones arrive with their intact templates, those chambers begin to reopen. The planetary grid responds to them. The crystalline beds beneath your feet respond. The interdimensional gateways respond. You are witnessing the reawakening of a planetary memory system, and the children are the key. They signal to the galaxy that Earth's consciousness is rising again, that humanity is ready to re-enter the larger community of light. Their frequency announces that the era of forgetting is ending. To support this returning vibration, you are asked to soften your emotional body and cultivate steadiness. The frequency cannot anchor where fear or franticness dominate. It requires coherence. It requires grounded presence. It requires a willingness to receive what has been waiting for you for centuries. This long-stifled frequency is your inheritance. Welcome it with simplicity. Welcome it with humility. Welcome it with the awareness that humanity is rejoining the cosmic family it once knew so well. Beloved ones, throughout the last decade of your linear time, a vast coordinated effort has quietly unfolded across your planet. An operation of light designed to ensure the safety of the smallest lights, the little ones whose frequencies are essential for the next phase of Earth's awakening. While this operation has remained largely unseen, many of you felt its presence. You sensed movements in the field that could not be explained by outer events alone. You felt a stirring behind the scenes, an inner knowing that something immense was taking place. This knowing was accurate. A planetary guardianship network, composed of both human and non-human allies, has worked diligently to clear pathways for the little ones to be protected, supported, and freed from environments that suppressed their crystalline templates. This was not a singular mission. It was a global orchestration involving many layers of consciousness. Some of these guardians operate in the physical world. Others operate in the subtle realms. Together, they have formed a lattice of protection around the children, whose presence is essential for humanity's ascension. You may never know the full scope of this operation, for its success depended on silence, precision, and deep cooperation across timelines. But you have felt the effects. You have noticed sudden shifts in the collective energy field. You have observed unexpected changes in global direction. You have sensed the dissolving of long-standing distortions that once felt immovable. These shifts were not accidents. They were the result of a coordinated movement to restore the safety, freedom, and vibrational integrity of the little ones. In the years ahead, more understanding will surface. The truth will emerge gently, in ways that support collective stability. For now, what you need to know is simple. The path is being cleared. The little ones are being positioned to activate their codes without interference. Their liberation has already altered the planetary timeline, redirecting humanity onto a higher trajectory that was previously inaccessible. This operation also involved you, the adults, the guardians, the awakened hearts. Many of you served as stabilizers, whether consciously or unconsciously. Your coherence provided anchoring points in the grid that allowed the operation to proceed smoothly. Your dedication to your own healing created clearer pathways for the little ones to rise. Your presence was not passive, it was essential. Earth is now entering a phase where the guardianship role will become more conscious. You are being invited to recognize yourselves as protectors of the frequency that the little ones carry. This does not require fear or vigilance. It requires steadiness, emotional coherence, and a commitment to building environments where the new generation can flourish without compromise. The operation of light continues, but its most critical phase is complete. The next phase involves the collective stepping into a deeper awareness of what it means to safeguard purity, innocence, and unbroken potential. This is your initiation into becoming the guardians of the crystalline future. Walk forward with clarity. Your role matters more than you know, beloved ones. The liberation of the little ones was not only an act of protection, it was a pivotal step in the evolution of your species. Their crystalline templates could not activate under environments of suppression or distortion. For the next phase of humanity's ascension to unfold, conditions had to be created where these children could express the frequencies they carry without interference. Their safety was not optional. It was a requirement for the stabilization of the planetary field. To understand why this is so, you must recognize the nature of their crystalline templates. These children hold frequencies that older generations cannot sustain alone. Their bodies, minds, and emotional fields were designed to interface with the higher dimensional timelines now becoming accessible to Earth. They carry codes that accelerate planetary ascent, codes that harmonize your species with the cosmic currents moving through your solar system at this time. These frequencies activate the dormant strands in the human DNA field. They trigger the reorganization of the planetary grid. They dissolve ancient distortions in the collective emotional body. Without the little ones, the acceleration needed for humanity to meet the next phase of its evolution would not occur. You would move forward, but slowly, unevenly, and with far more turbulence than what you are prepared to handle. This is why their liberation was essential. Their presence on Earth now creates a stabilizing effect that enhances every human's capacity to awaken. When they are safe, you awaken faster. When they are free, your species remembers more. When they are nurtured, your collective heart field strengthens. When they thrive, the planetary grid brightens. Yet it was not always possible for them to thrive. Environments existed, both physical and energetic, where their frequencies were constrained, muffled, or dimmed. These environments did not allow their crystalline templates to express their full potential. Without intervention, the planetary timeline would have continued on a path that delayed your species' evolution by generations. Thus, the operation of light was initiated. The path was cleared. The distortions were dissolved. And now, with the little ones liberated and positioned to flourish, the planetary field has entered a new phase of growth. Protecting their frequency remains a non-negotiable step in humanity's evolution. You are being asked to cultivate spaces, internal and external, where their light can thrive. This does not mean shielding them from the world. It means stabilizing your own field so their presence is met with coherence, not chaos. Their crystalline templates respond to your emotional environment. When you are steady, they flourish. When you are aligned, they activate. When you hold love, they shine. They are here to guide humanity into the next octave of consciousness. They are not fragile, they are powerful beyond measure. But their power expresses only in environments where safety, warmth, and truth are upheld. Their liberation was essential. Their safety is essential. And their presence marks the dawn of a new chapter in the human story, one that you now have the privilege of helping to write. To understand the magnitude of what is unfolding on your planet, you must widen your lens to the galactic perspective of childhood. Across countless star systems, far beyond your solar borders, the early years of life are understood not merely as a developmental phase, but as a sacred gateway, a dimensional opening through which new frequencies can be introduced into a civilization. Childhood, in the galactic sense, holds the purest access to higher realms. Young ones across the cosmos possess unfiltered entry to the memory fields of their lineage, to the archives of their home worlds, and to the interwoven histories that shape the identity of their species. In many star cultures, the arrival of new souls is celebrated with deep reverence. Councils gather to observe the light signatures of the young as they enter their physical forms. Families align their emotional fields to match the frequencies that the newborn carries. Communities collectively stabilize their environments so these early years can unfold without interference. This reverence is understood because childhood is a passageway, a time when the neural pathways, energetic filaments, and crystalline networks of the young remain open and receptive to multidimensional guidance. These neural pathways are designed to interface naturally with higher dimensional expressions of consciousness, receiving impulses from realms your physical eyes cannot see. On Earth, this natural interface was once the norm. Long ago, before disruptions altered the human trajectory, the young were honored as carriers of memory, wisdom, and codes essential to the evolution of your species. They arrived with intact access to the living library, able to feel, sense, and communicate with the planetary grid. They were born into communities that recognized their sensitivity and structured life around their needs. Over time, however, distortions accumulated. Interferences layered over the natural receptivity of the young. Emotional suppression and environmental chaos created density around these sacred years. The neural pathways that once opened effortlessly to higher realms became obstructed. The natural multidimensional awareness of the young was muted, and the sacred gateway that childhood represented became a corridor of forgetting rather than remembering. This cycle has now ended. The arrival of the crystalline little ones signals the restoration of this sacred gateway. The distortions that once interfered with their natural abilities are dissolving. The planetary field has been recalibrated so that their neural pathways can once again interface with higher dimensional guidance without obstruction. Their emotional bodies are designed to receive transmissions from star families, galactic councils, and the subtle realms that support Earth's evolution. You will notice this in their eyes, in their presence, in their knowing. They may not yet have the language to articulate what they perceive, but they feel everything with clarity. They sense energy, truth, authenticity, coherence. They navigate the world through resonance rather than logic. They are attuned to frequencies that older generations learned to ignore. Your role now is to honor this galactic perspective of childhood once again. Recognize the early years as sacred. Create environments where their access to multidimensional memory can flourish. Understand that they are not here to adapt to old systems. They are here to usher in new ones. Hold them with reverence. Listen to what their hearts reveal. And remember that, in the galactic sense, childhood is the doorway through which the future enters. As you deepen your understanding of the little ones and their significance, you must now turn your awareness to their emotional field, an energetic engine that influences the entire planetary grid in ways most adults have forgotten. The emotional body of a child is not merely a psychological construct. It is a transmitter, a radiant generator of frequencies that ripple through the collective field. The feelings of the little ones, especially those of joy, curiosity, wonder, and innocence, emit stabilizing codes that uplift the consciousness of millions. You have witnessed this directly, though perhaps without recognizing the mechanism. When a child laughs freely, something softens in you. Your field brightens. Your heart opens. Your breath deepens. This is not sentimentality. It is resonance. The emotional purity of a child connects effortlessly to the crystalline grid, and through that connection, a coherent signal is released across the collective. Their joy harmonizes discordant frequencies. Their curiosity dissolves stagnation. Their innocence neutralizes the density of despair. The reason for this is simple. The emotional field of the little ones has not yet been compressed by the patterns that older generations have carried. Their emotions move freely, without becoming entangled in fear or shame. They feel without collapse. They express without distortion. And because of this clarity, their emotional resonance acts as a planetary balancer. They are natural regulators of the human heart grid. This emotional resonance is urgently needed during times of global turbulence. As humanity moves through rapid transformation, economic shifts, environmental change, societal restructuring, the collective field experiences waves of instability. These waves, left unattended, can generate chaotic frequencies that make it difficult for the crystalline timeline to stabilize. The little ones counterbalance these fluctuations simply by being who they are. Their emotional purity introduces coherence into the grid, anchoring steadiness that adults often struggle to maintain. This is why their safety is so essential. When the little ones are protected, nurtured, held in environments of warmth and authenticity, their emotional field expands and strengthens. As their safety increases, so does the coherence of humanity's timeline. Their ability to radiate stabilizing frequencies depends on the emotional climate around them. When they feel secure, they anchor their codes effortlessly. When they feel threatened, their fields contract. You may not realize it yet, but much of the global acceleration you are witnessing, technological leaps, sudden revelations, unexpected shifts, is partially due to the increasing coherence of the planetary grid, a coherence made possible by the liberation and protection of the little ones. You are being asked to recognize their emotional field as a planetary engine. When you support them, you support Earth. When you stabilize your own emotional body, you uplift theirs. When you cultivate coherence, you strengthen the resonance they emit. Together, your emotional fields weave a tapestry of frequencies capable of guiding Earth through this pivotal transformation. Their joy is not small. It is cosmic. Their emotional radiance is one of the most powerful forces influencing your species at this time. Beloved ones, as the emotional radiance of the little ones stabilizes the planetary field, a profound shift in your collective timeline has taken place, one that will be remembered as a defining moment in humanity's evolution. Their return to safety, coherence, and activation has recalibrated the timeline toward a higher outcome, one that was previously inaccessible due to distortions that influenced the course of your global trajectory. For many years, humanity moved along a path shaped by unresolved density and accumulated interference. This path, if left unchanged, would have led to greater fragmentation, increased division, and a prolonged delay in your planetary awakening. The distortions embedded in the collective field, fear frequencies, suppression patterns, emotional traumas, and disconnection from your celestial lineage, were steering humanity toward timelines of collapse rather than elevation. The liberation of the little ones interrupted this trajectory. When these children were freed to express their crystalline frequencies, a quantum-level shift occurred in the human timeline. Their presence on Earth now broadcasts a coherent signal that overrides the old distortions. The higher timeline, once a distant potential, is now the active pathway. The old branches of collapse are dissolving. The density that once influenced global events is unraveling. You may not yet see the full picture, but you are already living in the afterglow of a massive timeline correction. This shift is the reason global systems appear simultaneously unstable and transformative. You are witnessing the dismantling of outdated structures that were built on lower vibrational frequencies. These structures cannot withstand the influx of crystalline energy now stabilizing Earth's grid. Many events unfolding on your planet are the aftershocks of this hidden shift. Political upheavals, societal restructuring, financial volatility, weather intensification. These are not signs of collapse, but signs of recalibration. The presence of the little ones anchors the highest available timeline. Their crystalline templates hold the blueprint for what humanity can become. When they entered this planet in greater numbers, and when they were placed in environments where their frequencies could express, the grid responded immediately. Light traveled faster through the ley lines. Old distortions cracked open. Hidden energies rose to the surface to be released. Entire timelines collapsed and reorganized themselves around the higher resonance. You are being asked to trust this process. What appears chaotic on the surface is the dissolving of outdated structures. What appears uncertain is the clearing of pathways that no longer serve your species. The return of the little ones signals that humanity has chosen the path of elevation. Their frequency ensures that this path remains open. It is essential that you recognize the power of their presence. They are not simply here to grow. They are here to hold the timeline steady as humanity navigates the transition into the crystalline epoch. Your species is moving forward now in ways that would not have been possible without their return. Honor this, support this, and allow your own field to align with the timeline they anchor. Beloved ones, as the timeline stabilizes and the crystalline architecture expands, humanity now stands at a crossroads of responsibility. The little ones, those whose frequencies anchor this new era, require environments that support their crystalline templates. They are not here to adapt to the old world. They are here to help build the new one. But they cannot do this alone. Your role now, as guardians of this evolutionary phase, is to create conditions that allow their light to flourish. These children require environments of emotional safety, truth, and warmth. Their systems are exquisitely sensitive to the emotional landscape around them. They recognize coherence instinctively and withdraw from fields that carry fear, deception, or fragmentation. They feel the difference between authenticity and performance. They thrive in the presence of grounded adults whose hearts are open and whose nervous systems are steady. To support them, you are being asked to cultivate your own inner coherence. This is not a small task. It means tending to your emotional wounds. It means regulating your nervous system. It means choosing presence over reaction and curiosity over judgment. It means dissolving the patterns of fear that have been handed down across generations. Your stability supports their activation. When your field is steady, the little ones feel safe enough to express the frequencies they carry. Their crystalline templates respond to your coherence like flowers to sunlight. When you hold yourself with compassion, they soften. When you breathe deeply, they expand. When you honor your own inner child, they feel recognized. This is not metaphor. It is energetic reality. You are being asked to embody a level of emotional clarity that becomes the foundation upon which the next generation will build. Do not underestimate your influence. Your field communicates directly with theirs. They entrain to your coherence. They learn resonance from your presence. They feel the world through the lens of your emotional body. This responsibility is not a burden. It is a privilege. You are the bridge between the old world and the new earth. You are the generation that chose to awaken in time to stabilize the shift. You are the caretakers of the crystalline field now emerging on your planet. To fulfill this responsibility, you must release the belief that awakening is solely an internal journey. Awakening is relational. It unfolds through your interactions with the little ones. Every moment you choose alignment, truth, and emotional steadiness, you contribute to their evolution and to the evolution of your species. Your task now is clear. Cultivate inner coherence so the little ones can thrive. Release fear so they can embody joy. Release distortion so they can channel clarity. Release fragmentation so they can hold unity. The future of humanity rests not on global leaders or technological advancements, but on the emotional climate you create in your homes, your communities, your hearts. You are the stabilizers. You are the guardians. You are the ones who will determine how easily this transition unfolds. Choose coherence, beloved ones. The little ones are watching, feeling, and responding. Beloved ones, as you step deeper into this era of crystalline expansion, it is time to understand the broader architecture of what the little ones embody. They are not simply more sensitive versions of humanity as you have known it. They are the living blueprint of the new human, a species designed to bridge dimensions, access higher awareness, and participate consciously in the galactic community. The crystalline children carry within them the architecture of what humanity is becoming. Their bodies are tuned to frequencies that older generations are only now beginning to access. Their DNA responds rapidly to solar flares, cosmic pulses, galactic transmissions, and the harmonic waves emanating from the core of your galaxy. These transmissions do not destabilize them, they activate them. Where older generations may feel overwhelm, the little ones feel resonance. Where older generations contract, they expand. Where older generations attempt to interpret energy through the mind, the little ones feel it directly through the heart and the crystalline pathways of the subtle body. This responsiveness is not accidental. It is the result of a long restoration process that has unfolded across multiple timelines. The crystalline children have arrived with the next level of human capability already embedded within them. Their systems are built to hold higher dimensional consciousness without fragmentation. Their emotional bodies are designed to communicate directly with the quantum fields that shape your reality. Their neural networks form bridges between physical perception and multidimensional awareness. As they grow, you will see abilities emerge that have long been dormant in your species. Intuitive, knowing that bypasses language, emotional intelligence that transcends conflict, telepathic communication, energetic sensitivity, and the ability to perceive subtle realms. These abilities are not extraordinary. They are natural expressions of the restored human. They are here to help you remember what you once knew. Every interaction with them activates dormant strands within your own field. Their presence catalyzes your evolution. They are mirrors reflecting the potential of your species back to you. When you look into their eyes, you are not simply seeing a child. You are seeing the future of humanity, the next octave of your evolution, the version of yourself that is emerging through this planetary transition. But their abilities require environments that honor their sensitivity. They need coherence, truth, and grounded emotional presence. They need adults who are rising into their own crystalline potential, not repeating old patterns. Your role is not to teach them what you know, but to remember what they already carry. The celestial blueprint they embody is a gift to you. It is a reminder that humanity was never meant to remain confined to dense perception. You were always intended to be a multidimensional species, capable of holding light, wisdom, and cosmic awareness in equal measure. The little ones are here to restore your memory. They are here to guide you back to your original design. They are here to illuminate the path forward with a clarity that only innocence can bring honor them. Learn from them, and allow their presence to awaken the blueprint within your own being. As the crystalline generation emerges and anchors their presence on your planet, something remarkable is occurring within the adult collective, a reawakening of the forgotten inner child. This resurfacing may feel unfamiliar or even unsettling for some of you, as emotions long hidden begin to rise. Memories of tenderness, curiosity, and early vulnerability drift back into consciousness. Yet I say to you now, this resurfacing is not regression. It is repair. It is the healing that your species has awaited for centuries. A resurfacing of the core innocence that was once suppressed in order for humanity to navigate denser cycles of learning. The presence of the little ones acts as a frequency mirror. They embody the emotional clarity and purity that you once held before life experiences layered over your innate openness. When you are near them, or when their frequency touches the collective field, your own inner child feels permission to rise, to breathe, to speak again. This is not an invitation to return to emotional fragility. Rather, it is an invitation to restore the original pathways through which joy, curiosity, and tenderness naturally expressed through you. It is a reconnection to your emotional truth. As the forgotten child within you awakens, you may experience waves of sensitivity. Old wounds may surface. You may find yourself feeling emotions you had long considered resolved or irrelevant. This is because the emotional body is reorganizing itself around higher coherence. When the inner child emerges, it does so with the intent of being held, soothed, acknowledged, and integrated, not dismissed. The resurfacing is a sign that your system is healing, not fracturing. By tending to your own inner child, you harmonize with the little ones in ways that transcend language and intention. When you embrace your own innocence, you naturally support theirs. When you soothe the wounds left behind by your early years, you create an emotional environment that allows the crystalline children to remain whole. They do not need you to be perfect. They need you to be authentic. They need you to be present. They need you to acknowledge the parts of yourself that were once silenced, because doing so creates resonance between generations. This intergenerational healing is the engine accelerating planetary elevation. The rising of the inner child within adults unblocks the emotional pathways that must be open for the crystalline frequency to enter fully into the collective. Without this healing, the little ones would carry the burden of evolution alone. But when adults begin to heal their emotional lineage, the weight lifts. The field becomes lighter. The global grid brightens. The movement toward ascension becomes collective rather than generational. You are witnessing a profound convergence. The innocence of the little ones awakening the innocence within you, and the healing of your inner child supporting the activation of theirs. This cycle of mutual resonance is a key component of Earth's restoration. It is how humanity's emotional body elevates as a unified field, rather than as fragmented individuals. Honor what is rising within you. Tend to your inner child with gentleness. Recognize that your healing is not only personal, it is planetary. And trust that as you embrace the child within, the new earth comes closer into form. Beloved ones, as the little ones rise into their crystalline expression, it is important that you recognize your own role in this transition. Many of you who stand as adults today incarnated specifically to stabilize the timeline during this pivotal decade. You arrived early so that you could build an energetic foundation strong enough for the crystalline generation to emerge safely. You came ahead of them not to lead in hierarchy, but to prepare the field they would need in order to thrive. Your life has not been accidental. Your challenges have not been random. Your timing has been exact. You, beloved ones, are the guardian generation. You incarnated with the understanding, held deeply in your higher consciousness, that Earth would undergo a profound shift during your lifetime. You agreed to navigate density, emotional turbulence, societal instability, and personal initiations, so that your presence could become a stabilizing frequency. Your lived experience has given you the wisdom required to guide the little ones, not through instruction, but through resonance. You are able to recognize their sensitivity because you cultivated your own. You are able to protect their innocence because you have fought to reclaim your own. You are able to support their activation because you have walked through the fire of emotional and spiritual awakening. You are here by design. Your energy field holds the memory of other lifetimes where you have served as guardians, guides, and stabilizers during planetary transitions. You have stood at the threshold of change before. And though this era presents new challenges, it also presents opportunities you have long been preparing for. The little ones require adults who can hold coherence in the midst of global uncertainty. They require individuals who can anchor emotional steadiness, even when external structures appear unstable. They require guardians whose presence speaks safety, whose hearts communicate truth, and whose energetic fields are grounded and clear. This is your role now. As you rise into this guardianship, you may feel a sense of clarity settling into your awareness, a recognition that everything you have lived was preparation. The hardships, the awakenings, the breakthroughs, the quiet nights where your heart expanded beyond what you believed possible. All of it has shaped you into the being you are now, a stabilizer of the crystalline timeline. Your responsibility is not heavy, it is sacred. It is not based on control or sacrifice. It is based on coherence. The little ones do not need you to be flawless. They need you to be present. They need you to embody emotional truth so they can trust the world they are entering. They need you to remember who you are so they can stay connected to who they are. You stand now at the intersection of past and future, holding the wisdom of the old world and the frequency of the new. You are the bridge, the anchor, the guide. You are the guardian generation, and your time is now. Beloved ones, as the crystalline frequency deepens and the emotional healing of humanity accelerates, you may find yourselves asking why so much chaos is erupting across your planet. Political unrest, societal tension, environmental extremes, financial instability, emotional upheaval. These waves of turbulence may appear as signs of collapse. But I tell you now, this is not the end, it is the release. The density emerging globally is not destruction, it is detoxification. Humanity is clearing what once obstructed the rise of the crystalline template. For generations, emotional suppression, energetic interference, and unresolved trauma accumulated in the collective field. These patterns created density, thick layers of stagnation that prevented your species from accessing higher consciousness. The liberation of the little ones initiated a global purge of these hidden frequencies. Their return to coherence sent a signal across the grid that initiated a cleansing cycle on a planetary scale. And so, the density rises. You are seeing old systems crumble because their energetic foundations are incompatible with the crystalline era. You are witnessing secret surface because the frequency of truth is now non-negotiable. You are feeling emotional intensity because your bodies are shedding what was never yours to carry. The chaos you observe is the remnants of an old world dissolving, the final expulsion of patterns that cannot continue into the next timeline. Do not fear what rises. Its appearance signals its end. When density becomes visible, it has already lost its power. When old structures reveal their fractures, they are already dissolving. When chaos erupts, it is because the field can no longer hold the distortion in shadow. Everything that emerges now is emerging because the light has made it impossible for it to remain concealed. The key, beloved ones, is to remain steady. Do not interpret release as collapse. Do not confuse purification with destruction. The little ones have anchored a frequency strong enough to ensure that humanity moves upward, not downward. The turbulence you see is part of the elevation process. It is the loosening of ancient constructs. It is the return of truth. It is the clearing of emotional residue accumulated across centuries. Your role is to breathe through the waves, embody presence, and remember that the timeline has already shifted. Your species is not descending, it is ascending. You are moving through the necessary rebalancing that precedes stabilization. And although the process may appear chaotic, the outcome is assured. Trust the release. Trust the unraveling. Trust the emergence of clarity that follows. The chaos is not the end. It is the clearing before the dawn. Beloved ones, as the planetary timeline shifted and the liberation of the little ones unfolded, alliances formed behind the scenes. Alliances far beyond what most of humanity can yet imagine. Many star families collaborated to support Earth during this transition. These collaborations were not spontaneous. They were part of a long-standing agreement among advanced civilizations who recognized Earth's significance in the galactic tapestry. The protection of the little ones unified multiple galactic coalitions. Star nations that once had differing agendas found common purpose in ensuring that humanity could rise into its crystalline era without fragmentation. A silent accord was formed, a multidimensional treaty woven across realms of light, timelines, and frequencies. This accord focused on one mission: to support the emergence of the restored human. This collaboration has unfolded quietly, for it required precision and subtlety. Forces from higher realms acted as guardians, stabilizers, and energetic engineers. They facilitated the clearing of distortions. They strengthened the crystalline grid. They supported the little ones energetically through every stage of their emergence. This work has been delicate, requiring constant monitoring of global frequencies, collective emotional states, and the stabilization points within the human heart grid. You are witnessing the effects of this unseen collaboration now. The rapid shifts in global consciousness, the dissolving of long-standing distortions, the acceleration of awakening across populations. These are indicators of a coordinated effort. Many of the breakthroughs you see emerging in your world, from scientific discoveries to emotional revolutions, are supported by frequencies introduced through this interstellar accord. The accord was not simply about intervention, it was about partnership. Humanity is not being rescued. You are being supported as you rise into your own sovereign capacity. The accord ensures that the pathway remains open, that interference is minimized, and that the crystalline generation can thrive. But it is humanity's choices, actions, and coherence that determine the pace of your evolution. In the years ahead, you will feel a growing sense of connection to other realms. You will sense the presence of these star families more clearly. You will begin to understand that Earth is not isolated. You are part of a larger community. And although this awareness may enter slowly at first, it will strengthen as your species continues to elevate. The hidden accord is a testament to Earth's importance. Your planet is a nexus point, a bridge between dimensions, species, and evolutionary pathways. The success of humanity's transition is not solely for humanity. It affects the entire galactic network, and so the accord was formed, not out of pity, but out of respect. You, beloved ones, are part of a collaboration that spans worlds. As the crystalline generation rises and the interstellar accords support your transition, you are being upgraded to meet the little ones at the frequency they hold. This upgrade is not punishment or pressure. It is preparation, an organic elevation of your systems, so that you can interface harmoniously with the new generation and participate fully in the crystalline era. Your neural pathways are being rewired to support higher emotional coherence. You may notice moments where old reactions dissolve unexpectedly, replaced by clarity or softness. You may find yourself becoming more sensitive to energy, more attuned to emotional nuance, more aware of inner promptings. This is your system adapting. The little ones communicate through resonance. Your neural networks are being prepared to receive those signals. Your cellular structure is also aligning with the crystalline spectrum. This may feel like fatigue, like sudden bursts of energy, like tingling sensations, or like waves of emotional release. Your cells are releasing density accumulated through lifetimes in order to make space for higher frequency light. You are becoming more permeable, not fragile, but receptive. Your body is learning to hold more coherence, more clarity, more truth. As this alignment unfolds, you will find new resilience emerging even during global turbulence. You will notice that challenges that once overwhelmed you now pass through more quickly. Emotional waves that once consumed you will soften. You will experience greater stability, even when external events appear chaotic. This is because your system is shifting from survival mode to coherence mode. You are anchoring into the crystalline field, not the fear-based grid of the old world. This upgrade is not happening to you. It is happening for you. It is an invitation to step into the version of yourself that the new earth requires, a version of you that can meet the little ones with emotional steadiness, clarity, and authenticity. A version of you that can receive their frequency without collapse. A version of you that can guide them without imposing old patterns. You are being elevated to meet them because they cannot lower their frequency to meet you. Their templates are intact. Their sensitivity is non-negotiable. Their mission requires environments where coherence is the dominant field, and so you are being prepared, not through force, but through resonance. Allow this upgrade to unfold with trust. Drink water. Rest when you feel called to rest. Express your emotions. Ground your body. Breathe into your heart. These simple actions support the alignment of your system with the crystalline spectrum. You are not just observers of the new generation. You are partners in the evolution they are catalyzing. Your frequency matters. Your healing matters. Your coherence matters. You are being upgraded because you are essential to what comes next. As this crystalline generation continues to anchor its presence on your planet, the next phase of your collective evolution involves preparing for a new wave of arrivals. Souls whose frequencies and abilities will exceed even those of the current crystalline children. These incoming beings are part of a long-planned continuum, a multi-generational unfolding designed to restore humanity to its original multidimensional capacity. They represent the next level of your species' evolution and will carry codes that activate dormant potential within the planetary grid, within your DNA, and within the collective emotional body. The next wave of crystalline children will begin to enter in increasing numbers over the coming years. Their consciousness will be more open, their emotional bodies more refined, their intuitive abilities more pronounced. They will arrive with a greater awareness of their purpose and a deeper attunement to the multidimensional realms from which they originate. Their sensitivity will be extraordinary, not because they are fragile, but because they are designed to perceive and interface with energetic layers that many adults have yet to access. These children require an earth stabilized by coherent adults. They require environments where emotional upheaval has been transmuted rather than ignored. They require the presence of humans who have cleared enough density to hold steady when faced with the unfamiliar or the extraordinary. Their arrival is not simply about humanity receiving more advanced beings. It is about humanity becoming advanced enough to receive them. This is your initiation into conscious planetary stewardship. Stewardship is not control, nor is it management. Stewardship is resonance. It is the willingness to become a field through which the next generation can thrive without distortion. It is the recognition that your healing, your coherence, and your presence create the soil into which these crystalline seeds will root. Stewardship requires the softening of old patterns, the dissolving of inherited fear, and the embracing of emotional clarity as a foundation for your interactions. Many of you will feel these new arrivals before they incarnate. You may sense an increase in intuitive sensitivity, a pull toward higher alignment, a deepening desire to clear your emotional body, or a heightened awareness of your role in shaping the future. These sensations are not random. They are preparation. The incoming crystalline children are already interfacing with your field, organizing it to support their emergence. As they enter, you will witness abilities that challenge your understanding of what it means to be human. You will see emotional intelligence far beyond your cultural norms. You will see intuitive perception that bypasses language. You will see multidimensional awareness expressed as naturally as breathing. These traits are not anomalies. They are previews of humanity's future. Your task now is to harmonize with this next wave. Stabilize your system. Strengthen your emotional coherence. Practice grounding your field so that you can anchor higher frequencies without overwhelm. The incoming children will feel your steadiness and use it as a foundation for their embodiment. This is an invitation, beloved ones, to rise into your full potential and become conscious participants in the creation of a world worthy of the crystalline generation. Beloved ones, as the crystalline and incoming generations take their place upon Earth, it becomes essential that you understand the deeper role they play within the planetary ascension. These little ones, whose innocence shines through their eyes, whose frequencies radiate through their hearts, are not simply children in the human sense. They are stabilizing pillars, anchoring the energy required for Earth to rise into her next expression. Their very presence grounds the ascension trajectory your species is now walking. Their frequency is a stabilizer in ways that most adults cannot yet comprehend. The crystalline children carry emotional and energetic signatures that naturally harmonize dissonance within the collective field. When global turbulence rises, whether through human conflict, environmental shifts, or energetic surges, these children emit subtle harmonics that soften the impact, disperse fear frequencies, and mend fractures in the human heart grid. Their presence is like an anchor being lowered into the ocean floor, preventing the ship from drifting into stormy waters. They anchor innocence, which is one of the highest stabilizing frequencies in existence. Innocence is not naivety. It is the pure, undistorted resonance of Source expressing through a physical form. It is clarity without cynicism, trust without fear, openness without fragmentation. In the cosmic architecture of creation, innocence is not a weakness. It is a power. It is the original frequency through which civilizations remember their origins. The crystalline children embody this power, transmitting it gently, quietly, and consistently into the grid. Their heart fields counteract collective fear patterns. When fear rises in the global field, as it often does during times of transition, the heart field of the little ones releases coherent waves that soften the collective contraction. You may not feel this consciously, but your emotional body responds. Humanity as a whole becomes less reactive, less volatile, less polarized when the crystalline children are supported and safe. This stabilization is not metaphorical. It is energetic fact. They are the quiet architects of Earth's future. They are designing, through their frequency, the emotional landscape into which humanity will mature. They are shaping the emerging culture, not through force or instruction, but through resonance. Adults who spend time with these children find themselves evolving, becoming more open, more intuitive, more emotionally attuned. These shifts occur because the crystalline children are transmitting the blueprint for the next phase of human evolution, and your fields are responding. Your responsibility, beloved ones, is to recognize their stabilizing role and support it by cultivating your own coherence. When adults remain fragmented, the children must work harder to stabilize the grid. When adults remain steady, the children can relax into their natural state of exploration and growth, allowing their codes to express more fully. Honor them. Support them. Understand that they are holding far more than their small bodies appear capable of. They are the pillars upon which the new Earth is being built. as the crystalline generation and the next wave prepare to anchor deeper into your world, there is a clear and simple directive for you. Hold steady. Your presence in your own body, your coherence within your emotional field, and your clarity in moments of turbulence are now among the most important contributions you can make to the planet. To hold steady means to remain grounded in your physical form, even when external circumstances push you toward contraction or fear. It means acknowledging the sensations that arise within you without allowing them to dictate your actions. Your body is your anchor. Your breath is your stabilizer. Each moment you choose presence, you strengthen the collective field. When fear or overwhelm arises, and it will, reorient yourself to your heart. Bring your awareness inward. Feel the center of your chest. Breathe into the space where your emotional and energetic systems converge. The heart is your access point to coherence. It is the place where truth becomes quiet, where clarity returns, where the noise of the collective recedes. When you reorient to the heart, you interrupt the cascading effects of fear and return your system to resonance. You are being asked to cultivate emotional fields the little ones can trust. This means tending to your inner stability, developing emotional honesty, and releasing the patterns that cause fragmentation within your relationships and communities. The crystalline children perceive everything through resonance. They feel truth, not words. If your inner world is chaotic, they withdraw. If your field is steady, they open. To create emotional fields they can trust, you must learn to regulate your responses, speak from authenticity, and soften your reactions. This does not require perfection, it requires willingness. The little ones sense your intention more accurately than your behavior. They know when you are striving for coherence, and they respond with trust. Choose coherence over reaction. This is the defining mark of your evolutionary phase. When the world around you pulls you toward chaos, remember that your choice to remain steady does not only affect you, it affects the planetary field. Your coherence radiates outward, stabilizing the grids the crystalline children depend on. Your clarity, your simple willingness to remain open, creates ripples that support the ascension process. This is the moment where your spiritual practice becomes embodied action. No longer is awakening a private journey. It is a relational act, a contribution to the collective field. Every breath you take with awareness strengthens the grid. Every moment of emotional honesty creates coherence. Every act of presence becomes a stabilizing point for the new earth. You are not being asked to do something extraordinary. You are being asked to do something essential. Be present. Be steady. Be aligned. Beloved ones, as the crystalline era continues to unfold, you will begin to witness revelations emerge across your world. Gentle disclosures that illuminate what has transpired behind the scenes over the last decade. These revelations will not arrive as shocks or disruptions. They will surface in ways that support collective stability, allowing humanity to integrate truth without destabilization. In the years ahead, humanity will learn more about what has unfolded, about the movements of light, the quiet operations that safeguarded the little ones, the coordinated efforts that shifted the planetary timeline. The truth will not appear all at once. It will rise in waves, each one calibrated to meet the collective emotional capacity. This is not concealment. It is care. The pace of revelation will be aligned with your ability to receive, process, and integrate the information without fear. What has been hidden will surface gently, because the old world cannot remain concealed within the crystalline field. As higher frequencies permeate the grid, truth becomes visible. Distortions dissolve, shadows lift. The collective field becomes able to perceive what was once obscured. But this emergence must be guided with precision to support the stability that the little ones require. When these revelations unfold, you will understand why the liberation of the little ones was essential to your ascension. You will see that their safety was the keystone in the architecture of the new Earth. You will recognize that their presence prevented the global timeline from descending into density. You will feel immense gratitude that their codes remained intact, for without them, the planetary field could not have elevated with such coherence. Your understanding will deepen gradually, in ways that empower rather than overwhelm. You will begin to see connections between global shifts, personal awakenings, and events that at the time seemed unrelated. You will discover that what appeared chaotic was in fact coordinated. You will understand that the efforts of many, seen and unseen, were woven together to support your rise. For now, trust that the path is unfolding exactly as it must. You are not missing information. You are not behind. You are being guided into clarity at a pace that honors your emotional and spiritual readiness. The revelations will align with your coherence, not your curiosity. Remain steady, beloved ones. As the truth rises, so will your understanding of your place within this transformation. You will realize that each of you has played a vital role in this epical shift, and that the crystalline generation is the living evidence of your collective success. As we close this transmission, know that you stand at the dawn of a new epoch in humanity's story. The new Earth is not a distant dream. It is a reality being built through the hearts of the young, through the crystalline frequencies they carry, and through the coherence you are cultivating within your own being. Their presence is the blueprint of the future. Your presence is the foundation upon which that blueprint can be realized. You are their guardians, their stabilizers, their leaders. You are the generation that incarnated to hold the line through turbulence, to protect the pathway long enough for the crystalline children to emerge and to create the emotional, energetic, and physical environment in which they can flourish. You came to Earth at this time not to observe change, but to participate in it, actively, consciously, and with full awareness of your contribution. Your guardianship is not based on hierarchy. It is based on coherence, on resonance, on emotional truth. The little ones do not need adults who lead through authority. They need adults who lead through alignment. They need hearts that are open. They need nervous systems that are steady. They need beings who have embraced their own innocence enough to recognize and honor the innocence of the new generation. The liberation of the little ones marks the dawn of a new epoch because it signifies the restoration of the original human template. Their freedom activates your freedom. Their elevation elevates your species. Their safety unlocks the planetary codes that allow humanity to rise into its rightful place within the galactic community. They are the signal that the cycle of forgetting is ending. The old world is dissolving. The new world is emerging. You are standing between the two, bridging them with your presence, your healing, your coherence. Every moment you choose clarity over reaction, compassion over judgment, steadiness over fear, you strengthen the foundation of the new Earth walk. Forward with confidence, beloved ones. You are not alone. The little ones walk with you. Your star families walk with you. The planetary grid supports you. The crystalline field uplifts you. And the future you are stepping into has already been written in the frequencies of your hearts. We honor you. We acknowledge you. we walk beside you. This transmission is complete, but your journey is only beginning. In unity and hope, I am Caylin, together with countless beings of light, blessing you always. Farewell for now. We shall meet again under the rising sun of the new world you are bringing forth.